Hi, my name is Lori Rodrigo, and I was asked to share my journey of what it took to open up my preschool. Well, I would be with you today, however, I need to film it because I'm going to be also opening up a summer camp, and I have a swimming pool, so I will be teaching swim lessons. And I plan on being gone when Joyce goes live, and so I'm sending this video since I won't be there because I'll be doing training for lifeguarding and water safety. So I ended up finding joy in 2021 and opened my online business in October. I started off really slow with only 2 students, and then the horrible thing happened. My house ended up getting flooded. It was horrific. It was horrible. I can't even begin to tell you that wasn't the only challenge that came our way, but there were some other big things that just threw me over. And I am really grateful for that why that Joy ends up having all of us do in the beginning and preparing ourselves for, remembering why we're doing this. Well, that definitely came across my mind quite a bit because it was insane. Anyway, I was not able to continue because it was just too much. So I had to let my families know I would be returning with school as soon as I could get on top of the situation. So I talked with my husband, and when we were going to be returning to the house, we were going to also remodel the garage and make that the school so I could shut the door at the end of the day and have my local school and be able to still have my privacy, which our home would be on the other end. So that was really important to me going into a local situation. So I ended up getting back into the house much later, over a year later, and I ended up ordering a pool cover, and it was a special made one that you have to stand on. And you're not going to believe this. It took almost 2 years to get to me. And anyway, that was really difficult. But anyway, because of all of the drama that was going on, I did not lose my perspective. However, I did need to bring some money in, so I went back to teaching. And I am a preschool teacher. I have over 20 years of experience, and I just love it. So that's what I was doing until I could get ready to remodel the garage and set things up to have my local. So anyway, this last year of 2024, I opened up, and it was also kind of slow as far as students, but the word is getting out, and I'm really excited. I am also in the parent magazine that is also helping me advertise, and we did a ribbon cutting ceremony at the beginning, and I had a lot of my families that I taught over the years also come and participate in that. I'm really excited. This has been a real blessing. I have been getting so many compliments with my school, with my families, but my families, it doesn't matter, all of them, ever since I've been involved in teaching, they are the most important people to me, and they know I go over and beyond for them, and I care about all of them so very much. And so it's been very successful for me. I'm still trying to get my spots all filled, but I know it's going to happen, and I'm just really, really excited. So this was my journey, and of course I've got lots of excitement to look forward to because summer's coming and I'm almost full with that, but I am still trying to get all my slots filled for the fall registration. So whatever happens to you guys as far as life, I hope my journey helps you know that anything can come your way. And if you do have to put it off for a while, like me, because it's just too much, don't lose your why, because it's just what makes you go forward and be able to make your dreams come true. And I just want to tell Joy, thank you so much. You've really helped me make my dreams come true. Thank you. I wanted to show you my environments for my preschool, and I named my preschool Kids Interconnections Preschool and TK. So this hopefully will give you some ideas of what you can put in your environment if you're struggling. I've been a preschool teacher for over 20 years, so I have a lot under my belt, especially with environments. So I'm more than happy to, show you my space and give you lots of ideas. So when my parents come in to the school, they usually sign in the children, and the kids put their stuff in the cubby and go wash their hands to sit down to eat first. If they come in the morning, it's breakfast. In the afternoon, it's lunch. And then at the end of the day, when their parents sign them out and they get their stuff, they have this board right here, which I would definitely recommend if it's something that you don't have. It's a talking point for the families to say, oh, so you ended up making turtles today and reading a book about eggs and what come out of them. So this gives them opportunities to talk, and share their day, and the parents being able to have an idea of what was going on. So it's a nice gesture. So I just want to make sure I share that because it's a big hit. So when they come in, I have my welcoming by the door, and this is the side of the house, so nobody's coming through my house. It's separate from my house. We remodeled the garage, so it's my own little school, my own little environment for my families, and I'm loving it because I can close the door at the end of the day, and I don't have all my school stuff, and it's like I can separate everything. It's wonderful. So when they come in, they put the stuff inside of their cubbies. And then right over there where you can see the stop, they can't go inside of there because that's the bathroom. I only let one child in at a time to wash their hands or use the restroom. And then they go sit down over here or over here for breakfast or lunch, while the parent comes over here and signs in the sign-in book. And then this whole area right here is my parent board. So after we get done eating, I have the kids brush their teeth and write their names. When they're finished with that, they can choose to do whatever they want in the classroom. This is where I do a lot of observing and documentation and trying to give them tools, and it's where the learning happens, is through their play. So I have in my environment in the school centers, play centers, and they take their stuff and they go sit down or sit on the floor if there's a floor in that center for them to use to play with. But they cannot be taking their toys into the other areas. It's all different play centers, and I'll show you how that works. But real quick, this is my school. Just looking at it at a distance. Okay. This right here is where we do our gathering. I am small licensed, so I only teach 8 children at a time. Thank goodness. And my son, he is my little handyman and cook. He's wanting to go to school to be a chef, so he's practicing on on my business. And so he's Mr. Aaron. This right here is the language literature area. And as you see, there's toys that resemble things that I teach with different curriculum with language and literature. Over here, if the children choose to come to this center, this is the art center. And this is the art table where they can choose what type of art materials they want to use. Then, if they're having a hard time, I have a self-regulation area. And they usually come to that over here. There's a mat. I don't know if you can see it very well. I usually have them stand on the mat and tell me what zone they are in. And they can choose to sit down, use, I have a couple of weight blankets. There's a little puppy dog one, some different tools and things like that that I teach them how to use when we do gathering, large group. And then they can pull out their toolbox that have all different types of tools and ideas to help them self-regulate. I have right here, this is also a really cool thing, a emotional thermometer. They look at that. It also has the zones. I made that with the different little people from Inside Out. I love that because the kids are really into it. And they're able to decide where they're at on that thermometer, and we help them calm all the way down to where they can be in a more calming state if they're having a hard time. Then over here is my armoire. I have this to put all of my fun stuff for dressing up in the dramatic play area and games for a small group. And then I have down here shoes and different trinkets for also the dramatic play area, and socks, or not socks, but hats and other goodies as well. And then we have right here the library. They can choose a reading buddy, which is over here in the basket, and pick a book out to read with some friends on the couch, or if they just want to be alone, they can always go back to the self-regulating chair and sit down there to read. Above this is my stuff. This is like the teacher nook with all my books and files and things like that. Over here is my math and science area. And then if the child is child of the day, they get to do everything that day. I don't have the children have a whole bunch of different jobs during the day. It's just easier to have one child and highlight them during that day doing all the different jobs. So the fish is one of the student of the day jobs. And I have goldfish, and they're a lot of fun, and the kids named the animals, of course. So this is my science and math center. And this is the table they would go to take these toys and play with. And then over here is another fun area that is very popular, and that's the dramatic play area. So we're doing pizza shop right now, and anyway, there's a lot of different things I change out in the cupboards. We were doing just recently, the theme was community helper. I had to think for a second. Community helper. And so we did vet, we did doctor, we did restaurant, which is the pizza shop. We went to the vet for the field trip day. That was a lot of fun. And then over here is our block area. And then I have a little tree house for them to be playing with as well. And yeah, so, and then we've got our little Humpty Dumpty. it's close to Easter, so we did a lot of things with eggs, what hatch inside of eggs, and lots of books. And then this is some of their art. Chickens aren't the only ones. That was one of the books we read, and all the different little creatures they made that hatch from eggs. And then the last part is our gathering area. So that's what we do, where I teach them all as a group for about 10-15 minutes. And then we line up and go outside, and that's in an environment too, but I'll have to set that all up and show you that at a different time. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my classroom, and I hope I've been able to give you some ideas at what to add in or how to set up your environment. All right, well, you take care, and I can't wait to see all of your environments. Bye-bye.